And I said, one day they're going to say, that old chook that you introduced us to, who was she really? My twin brother and I were born in 1937 and to a very young mum from the country, and we were fostered out to a family on the promise that we were going to a very rich family out in the eastern suburbs. Some months later we were returned to the Child Welfare Department as neglected children and placed up for adoption. And at 20 months we were adopted into the one family together, which was a blessing. About 6 we were told that we were adopted, and my brother and I put our heads together outside in the yard and we said, what's that mean? Is it like measles? Do we get spots? We didn't know what it meant. We knew nothing of our history at all. I was sort of probably a happy child, but I always had this thing in the back of our minds, both of us, what was this, until we came to realise exactly what it was. About 13 we were shown our birth certificates and our mother's name was cut out. There was a section for father and it was never filled in. Never filled in. My brother found our mother at 21. In the end, after a few months, I did go and meet my mum with John, with my brother. I felt strange. I felt she was a stranger, but we slowly got some sort of connection. Yeah, and from then on, it was 50 years. It went once a fortnight, but we always stayed in contact. Well, I asked my mum who our dad was, and she said, never ask that question again. It is not up for discussion. The reason I wanted to find my dad was the right to know who I was, where I came from, where we came from. And it was always denied us whether anybody else knew, but certainly denied by our mother that we were never going to find out. In the senior magazine there was an article by a doctor, and he said, for those of you who are seeking to find your heritage, your parents, don't leave it too late because time is running out. And he said he'd been adopted because I rang him, and so he then referred me to Wattle Place. That was a gift to me. It was the most amazing thing that I could start to find my father. When I first handed all our information over to Wattle Place, I was connected with a caseworker. Things moved very quickly then, it was very good. The other thing is, one of my daughters and my son-in-law, they were relentlessly doing searches as well. And suddenly we find a gravesite, 5 minutes from here at Sutherland. There was my father. And who was the name on the plaque was Mary Jane and Mark, a half-brother and sister. And it was like so amazing. I couldn't believe after all those years and at the age of 83, I had the answers. And to be accepted unconditionally with no questions asked was just great. I am so blessed. It's my family, the rest of my family. The only thing through all of this, I just wish my brother was here, and he passed away at 64. I can only be so grateful to Wattle Place and their search for the support they've given me before and now after. The work that they did to get to this point was amazing, and I'll be forever grateful. And they've been constantly in touch with me ever since. I feel part of the family now.